Yo, what's good? This is Dylan from Producer Grind. Welcome back to another episode of the Producer Grind Podcast. As always, my boy Letter L in the building with us.
What's good, fam? How you feeling, bro?
Chilling, man, just working.
Hey, happy birthday, fam.
Oh, yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, man, one time for a real G entrepreneur, man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, my guy, man. But we got a special guest in the building, man. A guy I'm honored to be sitting next to, man. His credits are very deep, man, and I really want to do this man justice and try to give y'all as many as I can. This man has worked with 2 Chainz, Migos, Future, Rich Homie Quan, Kodak Black, Jeezy, Wiz Khalifa, Shy Glizzy, Young Dolph, Lil Durk, Plies, Spacejam Bo, August Alsina, Lloyd, Gucci Man, Justin Bieber, Boyz II Men, Soulja Boy, Zaytoven, and Sean Garrett. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Welcome into the building, Cassius Jay, man. Appreciate you for joining us, bro.
Appreciate y'all having me. What's up, man? Happy birthday to you, too. Appreciate it, bro. What's up?
Yeah, man. We got a lot of shit we want to talk to you about, man, because you're doing a lot of big things in the industry right now. But one thing in particular, man, I think we want to go ahead and get into, I think we consider that pressing business. We have a responsibility in the producer community, right, at Producer Grind. We report a lot of news. We're first with a lot of stuff. So,
right.
KO, go ahead and roll that tape for me.
This industry is cutthroat, and I seen it even with this situation, with like the Migos shit. Like, if I wouldn't have stood up for myself, I wouldn't have got credited for it. So it was like, I was pissed off when that Migos shit first came out. Cause it was like, it wasn't my tag on that beat. I'm like, hold on, he ain't pressed not one key on this shit. So it made me mad, you know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, I was able to get everything straightened away with the label, and I went directly to the source, and then I made sure that they, you know what I'm saying? Everything, like for the physical copy I'll be on there, they already changed it all for like the Wikipedia and all the digital downloads. But I mean, the tag is still on there, which is probably irritate me for the rest of my life. But I mean, because if you think about it, that was a big opportunity that I missed when Quavo released the production credits.
Yeah, the picture thing.
It went viral. Yeah, like my name was supposed to be on there, but it wasn't. So it's like that probably will piss me off till the day I die. But I'm not gonna harp on it. Like,
all right. So before we go to Cassius, I want to make sure we give that some context. So a couple weeks ago, we had Nonstop on the show, and he was talking about his joint Made Men on the Migos Culture II joint, right? Mm-hmm. And so as we looked at the playback before we even went on air, one thing we noted was that even though Nonstop made that statement, he didn't actually name Cassius Jay. Now, I did talk with Nonstop, and he's okay with me saying, hey, you know, what he wanted to say was he felt like for the Made Men joint, he gave Cassius the joint, and under his impression, they were supposed to be collabing. Cassius put his tag on the joint and didn't really do anything else to the beat, and then passed it on. So, you know, we know there's 2 sides to every story, and, you know, we want to honor that. So we appreciate you joining us to kind of give your side of things.
You did. Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank y'all for letting me come over here, because I didn't even see that. Somebody else brought that to my attention. So I was like, well, shoot, I know you guys got a lot of people watching, to the young people. So I was like, that's good. I'd love to go in there and comment to that. That whole situation is all wrong, all right? It starts off from like this. When he gave me the beats, of course he was under the impression that I was gonna add something, but I was on tour at the time. So instead of me adding anything, I just tagged every beat, not just that one particular beat. When we was working, our agreement was, hey man, let's be a team. And I was like, every beat, I ain't gonna be able to touch. But it's gonna be a time, you know what I'm saying, where we gonna be able to collab. Let's just move. Because I think of the bigger picture.
So he knew that up front?
Oh yeah, he already knew my tags was on every beat that he gave me. The simple fact, if you go back and look at my Instagram, you'll see us all the way in Nashville, Tennessee, working with Youngboy. Of course, some of Youngboy's beats that we rapped on, you hear my tags on, but they Nonstop beats. It wasn't addressed then. So it wasn't a problem then. If you go back and look on my Facebook or his Facebook and my Instagram, or my Twitter, you'll see us with Party Next Door. I brought him on tour with me with Party Next Door because I couldn't make beats and be a musician while I was on tour. So I needed help. Nonstop was my help.
Why do you think he addressed it now and not then?
Well, all I could think and all I could know was, because we talked about this, so I don't think, he been felt that way. It's just, he said he should have said something at the beginning instead of waiting until after, of course, the song's finna get placed. Then said something. last not but least, you could go on Instagram and see Quavo riding in his Bentley or something, and that song, they was playing that song in the background, and my tag was on it. This was 2-3 months before this song came out. Why wasn't it addressed then? Why was it addressed after we about to say, hey man, this song about to get placed on the album? Now it's a big problem. Well, the thing was, and this is for every young producer, I used to tell Nonstop, before you give me any beats, put your tag on it.
You said that to me and JB when we did the collab.
Thank you.
I ain't gonna lie, you definitely said that.
Thank you. I tell every producer, I don't care if I collab or not, before you give it to me and say I could push it or place it or wherever, put your tag on it, because people don't ask for sessions no more. And I guess he was under the impression that they was gonna call and ask for the session.
Track outs and stuff.
Right. And he said he went directly to the source. No, the source came to me and I directed them to him. It wasn't nothing shady. Everything from top to bottom was just like this. Hey, Nonstop produced the beat. Hey, y'all need to call him because they was asking about a sample. They was asking about a clearance. Now, when it comes to the producer list, it was 2 songs on there that we produced. They took one of the songs off. It's going on a whole nother project. So when Quavo put that producer list off, that's what he was going off of. 2 songs, which one of them I did with Nonstop, and then one of them was just Nonstop. But by the time I had told them that, he already had put out the list. And as you know, they don't communicate 3 people. I get that beat to Takeoff. I didn't give it to Quavo. I didn't get the Offset. So by the time I told Takeoff, the song already recorded. It's going on the album. When I tried to even send them a whole nother version, like, hey man, make sure it's tag on it. They don't want to hear all that, man. Listen, we already recorded. We on to the next one. Y'all got another one on here though. Is it tag on other beat? And that's how it went. But then they ended up taking the other song off there. Now the other song is on not. I could go ahead and tell you, it's going on Cardi B's album. Dope ass song.
Facts.
So it wasn't nothing shady. Like I can understand how you feel like his name not being on that list, because of course your name go farther, but it wasn't done intentionally. You know?
Okay.
It wasn't done intentionally at all. And then now when it comes to the 2 Chainz joint, because I know you're gonna bring that up next.
Yeah.
The Land of the Free.
Because I want to point this out. So I'm looking at the Made Men credits on Spotify, right? So we can clearly hear your tag. And then it says produced by Cassius Jay. When you go to the Land of the Freaks joint, you can go ahead because I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
I think what really I think what probably made him speak out was the fact that thing that I think Quavo posted with all the drawings of people's name. I think it was probably because he said he was left out on there. Yeah, but man, as a producer, that's a grown man. That's not no child right there. That's a grown man. I'm a grown man.
Yeah.
We ain't young like these young cats, Pierre and Metro, Mexico. We ain't young like that. We in our 30s. So as a man, you got to understand, all right, little stuff like that's going to happen. I could tell you stories about me and my buddy, my right-hand man. My name ain't been on a lot of stuff. I don't trip about it. I don't even talk about it. It is what it is because I understand the bigger picture. All right, if Holmes just did this, I don't been rocking Holmes probably 2-3 months, September. If Holmes just got me this one placement, and now he just got me another one.
Right.
And he got me, I ain't tripping over that because at the end of the day, we thinking about what money. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I first posted on my Instagram, he probably had like 4,000, 5,000 followers. I posted him on my Instagram, he got 1,000 followers. So it was like, bro, I'm gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it went crazy because there was a lot of extra stuff going on. I'm on tour, I'm partying, I'm having fun. Niggas buying beats. I probably sold one of his beats to somebody, not thinking, because if I say it again and you read between the lines, I was on tour and I was partying. So I'm out my mind. I'm like thinking about stuff. The way I was acting, they didn't even really.
2 o'clock in the morning, somebody hand you a wad of cash and hit you with the cash app. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, go ahead. I don't care about that. I'm not even thinking about that at the end of the day because I'm geeking.
Yeah.
So the way that person who I was, that ain't even who I really am. It just that beat just had to be one of the beats I sent out. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to Land of the Freaks, all these beats was in the same pack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was at my house when we did that beat. Yeah. And we redid that same beat for Party Next Door.
And that shit hot as fuck too.
Right. Yeah. And see, I guess when he said, I don't know if he said I didn't produce that one or I didn't touch that on that one. I don't know the exact word.
This is and I'm gonna get him on here in a minute too. I think his feeling was that you didn't touch that, but I'm gonna clarify that. But I feel like it was those 2 songs specifically. It was Made Men and
it was those 2 songs specifically. But as you see, I got writer's credit. What it is, man, with both of them songs, I sit there when they recorded them. I helped them record them. Sometimes I helped with melody and stuff. It ain't like I just just gave him a beat and walked out. I ain't emailed nobody, and then I was there. These are my friends. Migos is my friend. I've been Migos since they started. 2 Chainz is my friend. So it's like, regardless, if I did anything, I know in this one, Land of the Freaks, I know I switched to 808 and I probably changed up a snare or something. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't did that same thing with London. I don't did it with Weezy. Anybody that don't got a major placement, we'll do the same thing. We ain't crying about who did what and who gonna split what. You my boy, all right, we splitting 50-50. Mm-hmm. That's the impression I was under when me and Nonstop was working. Regardless of who did what. You my boy, you put me in a great opportunity, you put me in a great place. I took him to Party Next Door house, which is that is no party, don't let nobody come to his house. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I'm thinking if I'm gonna do all these favors for you, let the little petty shit, look past that and worry about the big shit. And let's just split it down the middle and keep making beats. Like I said, I was trying to make it a team situation, but then it got messy. Yeah. So once stuff get messy, you had to let it go. You know, it got to the point where we was, I guess, beefing or whatever, or we had worries or whatever, but it's like at the end of the day.
That was literally going to be my next question. Like, are y'all cool? I mean, can y'all talk?
I don't have to talk to him. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk to him. It is what it is at this point. I wish him the best. Yeah. You know, I feel like I did what I did for him. God gonna bless me for it. And I learned a lot from him. He's a great producer, so I learned a whole nother way of producing, a whole nother wave of producing. So I guess that was the whole purpose. So I accept this, you know, whatever came with it. I accept that Migos, you know, I don't know if we cuss on his shit, but
you said whatever the fuck you want to say.
I accept that. If the nigga want to say I took his beat, put my tag on it, he's right. I did. But it was an understanding. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like I intentionally did it trying to be out, you know what I'm saying, a sneaky nigga. Like, it was an understanding. Like I said, any nigga sitting at your house making beats with you, you best believe it's an understanding.
Right.
If you, like I said, you go on my Instagram, you see us at the crib making beats together.
Yeah.
So you really think I'm trying to harm a nigga that know exactly what me and my kids lay out here at? Think I'm intentionally trying to harm you?
Makes sense.
You know, like I said, when they called on the Migos situation, when they called, because we caught the 2 Chainz them handled their business way better than Migos them. Migos them, they some fast movers. They, you know, they putting out stuff. 2 Chainz them called me like a month, 2 months ahead. So I was able to catch it. Like, hey, yo, I did that beat with somebody else. He produced it, I co-produced it, make sure y'all name it the right way. So I told him that off the rip. Screenshotted it, sent it to Nonstop. Of course, I always show him everything that's going on. Same thing with Migos. Migos, they didn't do it that way. They called like 2 days before they finna drop. And it was like, okay. And
so you didn't know about the list before they put it out?
Nah. I ain't know nothing about it.
You just scrolled just like the rest of us?
Just like everybody else. I was scrolling, but I was under the impression it was 2 songs on the album. So I didn't care if, you know, about the Made Man. I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about the other song. Like, because the other song, when you hear it, you can be like, dang, it should have been no Culture because it's like a single. That was my concern. I already knew the Made Man was already messed up because I tried to send, matter of fact, I tried to put his tag on the beat and resend it. And then
resend it to them. Yeah.
And they didn't, and I sent it to them, but they didn't switch it. They weren't thinking about that. And I learned that from Future. Once they done with them records, man, they're not going back to it. It's over with.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm glad I'm on here to remind any producers, man, if y'all collabing with other producers, make sure you put your tag on it so you don't go through what I just went through. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I don't know if it made me look like a bad guy, sneaky guy, weird guy, creepy guy, whatever. That ain't who I am. You know, at the end of the day, I'm always trying to help young cats. And I got a little young cat, I'd be happy his name, ATL Jacob. Y'all need to get him on the dope.
Oh, yeah.
We've been linked with Jacob.
Let me tell you how gangster we is, man. Holmes, come over and make beats, give me the whole session. I add 2-3 things, piano rolls or whatever. I get a beat back to Holmes. Let me tell you how gangster we is. Holmes don't went and sold the beats. I ain't saying that because I love, you know what I'm saying, helping. He don't gave me a beat. I don't got him placed. You know what I'm saying? I tell him we ain't fighting about who did what. It's like, hey, we splitting it down the middle. Holmes, then he had to call me and tell me, hey, man, I sold one of your beats. Well, a beat that we did together. So I'm going to give you, he ain't got to call me and tell me that. It's just off me just being a real nigga. Like, that's small. That little $500,000, that's small. All right, let's get this $10,000, this $15,000. Yeah. See, I think different. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I thought me and my boy was. But it was just a different situation. You know what I'm saying? You asked me, do I want to speak to him? We ain't got no bad blood. I'm cool on that. You know what I'm saying? I could do it myself.
I mean, at the end of the day, I wish y'all was in a better place. At the end of the day, the records are dope.
Yeah, the records are stupid dope.
Yeah, and at least like it's a learning moment for us, for the community. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate you coming on here to talk about that, right?
And Dylan, I remember telling Dylan the same thing before I even did the beat. Hey man, put your name on that beat, because if I pass it out, somebody gonna rap on it just because I have a relationship.
Yeah.
And Zay used to tell me that, man, put your tag on the beat because I have a relationship with these people, man. Sometimes the beat could be whack and they gonna rap on it just because of who names on it. Yeah. And then, it just is what it is. It's all love, though.
But that's a common thing, like, like for a producer, like one person may handle the musical part, one person's getting it placed. Like that's the business side and getting it placed is part of the whole making the beat.
Yeah.
And this process been going on way before me.
Yeah.
Man, and I can name you a million producers that used to take people beats, not take people beats, but take a producer beat that they're working with, add one sound to it, but get credited for producing to get the other person to get co-production. That's been going on since Timberland days. Mm-hmm. So if you do your history, you'll see it. It's just like, I just thought Man Holmes was just on something different. I just thought it was something different than what it was. But by the time it was clarified, like I said, all the beats already had been tagged. Yeah. And it was out. And to be honest, I wish it wouldn't have went that way because it was so many other people that had rapped on some of them beats that I had to call back and tell them, hey, no, we can't put that out. By then, like Trey Songz, August, Kodak Black. Damn. I got a couple of Jeremiah. It's a couple of other people that don't rap on them beats where I didn't touch anything too with my tag on it, and his tag wasn't on it. So I had to stop that real early. Like, nah, don't put them out. So it's like, now I got to go back and do it all by myself or something like that or whatever the situation is. So that's why I wish it wouldn't have went that way because it was finna take off. Like, it was finna go real, real far. But, I guess that part when he was like, you got to stand up for yourself. Sometimes you don't stand up for yourself. Sometimes you be humble and let things be what it be. God going to work it out at the end of the day. Wow. So if it was some messed up stuff, I was going to figure that out way early. So sometimes you got to give to get.
I feel that.
25% is better than a 0% of nothing. So, it is what it is. So producers, stand up for yourself, but don't be silly.
It's a tactful game. It's a strategic game. I mean,
you got to know what you're getting into.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, my last question on this before we move on is, when I hear a Cassius tag, I know it's probably a Cassius beat. Mm-hmm. It might be a Cassius beat. I got to go check. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of asking, like,
Well, see, anything that I ever done besides Made Man and Land of the Freaks ain't nothing but Cassius.
Okay, cool.
There ain't no co-production going on nowhere else. If you hear say Cassius, or unless you hear another tag on it. Now, if there's another tag on it, of course, but anything you just hear my tag on, that's me. I've been making beats. I don't show a million people I can make beats by myself. Yeah. It ain't like this is my first placement. You know what I'm saying? I don't have 5 placements. So, well, not 5 placements, but five songs last year, on the radio. 2016 to 17, 5, 6 songs on the radio. So all that was me by myself. Now I got 2 on the radio. All that's me by myself. So it ain't never been, you know what I'm saying? You ain't never got to worry about that.
And I ain't fronting on you because I know your credentials. This man was a musical director for Justin Bieber's tour. Is that correct?
I just played keys for Justin. I was in his music director. The bass player, my boy Justin Bernard Harvey, was the music director. I was the music director for Party Next Door.
Okay. Oh, that's dope. Mm-hmm. That's dope. And I've also, as we was talking about off air, I've been out to Cassius church, watched him play keys for his church too. He's dope, man. I saw you tell the story about how you had done some gigging and you had to learn how to play like every song. And then, all it is just variations half the time, but kind of that. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. When you saying learning songs, what you mean, gospel songs, or you mean like?
Well, like you was telling, I saw you telling one story, like you was gigging one night and y'all was doing like a Stevie Wonder joint, and then the next morning you were at church kind of playing like the Stevie Wonder licks,
Well, yeah, I always, and that's still what I do now. I always like integrate anything I don't learn into music, especially when it comes to gospel, because gospel is an emotion, gospel is a feeling. So, of course, if I learn some funk, when I go to church, I'm going to go to church and play some funk. If it's a progression in that song where I can be funky, of course, I'm going to take it back to the 70s and the 80s, just because people know music is a feeling. You can play certain songs, somebody going to cry. You can play certain songs, they want to dance. You can play certain songs, they might want to shoot somebody. So it's spirits in this music. Yeah. And I understood that at a young age because I was a musician. So when I was playing behind the pastor, I knew when to play some shouting music to make them go shout. I knew when to play some worship music because they finna cry. I knew when to just play talk music when they just want to be mellow. So it was like, it's emotion. So that's how I made beats. When I'm making beats, I'm trying to make beats because I know it's emotion. So like, dang, what can I make to make this girl shake her booty like this? Or what can I make to make a nigga goddamn go rob a nigga? Even though I don't promote that, but I just think like that because I'm trying to produce it. So it's like, it's a lot comes with it. It's an emotion. Yeah. Music is an emotion, point blank, period.
So, I mean, going back to what you were saying, on tour, the tour life and shit, drinking, drugging type shit. So does that, I mean, would you say that, I guess changing your mind state and stuff helps you with the music, or is that just more like just the party Cassius?
Man, listen, I do not promote drugs. But my daddy used to tell me when I was a youngster that when George Clinton, Gap Band, and all those guys was on drugs, I did not believe them. And I couldn't understand it. But until I tried it, it's a whole nother experience, man. But I don't promote it. Because you got people like Zaytoven. He don't try no, man never touched a drug. He don't drink, he don't curse, he don't do nothing. And he make his music. Yeah. It's his sound. Do I think he could stretch out if he was on drugs? I bet he would make a different beat if he tried. See, so when it comes to like drugs, it plays with your mind, I ain't gonna lie. I don't promote it. But how you think these rappers making these songs and how you think they making so many songs? Yeah. And they telling you what they doing. Yeah. So I ain't even got to answer that question. You just put it together. I don't promote it. I went through that phase. I'm glad God brought me out of it. But I went through the phase when I was popping Percocets, Xanax. I tried cocaine. I went through the phase, weed, a whole bunch of liquor. And I made some dope stuff. When I go back and listen to it, it's like, how I know where I did that. Yeah. So then, but me being spiritual, of course, I had to pray all them demons off of me. Then I just asked God, give me that same vibe, give me that same spirit that you gave me when I was on that mess. Give it to me on a sober side. And that's what happened. That's what's happening. So, like I said, everything is a learning experience, man. When you go through stuff like that, the Bible talks about it being seasons. That's just a season. Yeah. Unless you got an addicted spirit. Now, if you got an addicted spirit, I wouldn't recommend you try nothing.
Boy, Cash is taking us back to church, man.
Nah, because it's the truth.
Nah, that's real shit. Like, that spiritual shit is real, like, for real.
Yeah, I went to your church a couple of times, man. It was a dope experience, man. I appreciate y'all having me out there, man. You know, one of the reasons why I came, man, I'll be honest, when you was telling the story about how you first met Zay, and when Zay came to your church, can you tell that story a little bit?
Oh yeah, I met Zay. He didn't come to my church. He was at one of my friends' musical. Okay. And I was on the organ. I was on the organ of the piano playing, and the bass player was like, "Hey man, there goes Zaytoven out there." And I think at that time I only had one placement. That was to Justin Bieber joint. So I was like, "Well, shoot, after the musical, I'm gonna go out there and holler at home and see what's up." And when I met him, it was just like a bond. Like as soon as I introduced myself, dapped him up, we started talking. I told him I produce, but I ain't even telling him what I produce. I was just like, I make music. He was like, all right, well, call me Tuesday and come to the house and let's link up. So about a week or two, I kept calling. I guess he was busy and he answered, but I kept calling, stayed consistent. So probably about 2 weeks later, I called home, was like, well, I'm at the house cleaning up, man. You could come over and just play your beats. I'm cleaning up. So I was like, cool, I'm gonna come over. So I went over there, played him some beats, shot pool with him. We was playing the piano. I was showing him some different stuff that he didn't know on the piano.
That's crazy. You were showing Zay some shit.
Yeah, I was showing, man, listen, this is no lie. Zay will tell you this. We never was friends because of my beats was great and his beats was great. We was only friends because I was a little greater than he was on the piano. I was a little better. And I could teach him something. That's why we became best friends, because he wanted to learn. Of course, Zay is he's a sponge. He soaks stuff up. Yeah. So he wanted to learn something new on the piano. And I was like, at the time, and when I was doing gospel real heavy, I was like one of the biggest gospel players in Atlanta. Like when you came to Atlanta, I was gonna play for every big gospel artist it was. They was gonna ask, who is Joshua Cross? Who is Josh? So when I met Zay, of course, that's how we became friends. Then the beat stuff came later, because I didn't understand the trap world. Because of course I was making pop music and R&B music. So when I got with Zay, that's when I started trying to make beats like Zay. So if you listen to a lot of my earlier stuff, you can't tell the difference between me and Zayto.
All those videos of them cooking up, it was like the little 5-minute cookups.
Cookups. Yeah, that was me really learning.
We need a new double cookup though.
Yeah, everybody asking for it. Everybody in the world, we had to make them pay for that. Cause everywhere I go, I swear to God, gas station, musicals, record wherever I go, parties, wherever I'm at, man, people ask for that. I could just be walking in the street and people ask, can they get a double cookup from me and Zay? So we're gonna make them pay for it.
We gotta talk about that for real.
We got to. Like that's gonna have to be something we do. Almost like how him and Scott Storch did it. But go back to that. That's how I got to learn how to make beats. It was Zaytoven teaching me. So of course I was mimicking his sound until, I got my own name, and then I just switched it all the way up. Just found a whole nother wave. So now you can tell the difference between me and Zay beats, and it ain't nowhere near the same. Because I had to figure out how to make trap music. But forming my way of making it.
When are we gonna get a Cassius Jay album, man?
Yeah. I'm working on a deal right now. I got a deal on the table, so just keep your hand crossed until then. We got Young Band's album I'm finna drop. We got T Hood album I'm finna drop. Another Pee Wee Long Way. Rich Homie Quan just asked me to do a whole album with him.
Oh, yes, sir.
Shout out my boy T Hood, though, too.
Yeah, T Hood. Me and Sonny Digital working on the album right now. So I'm going to do that until the right situation comes.
That's what it is.
I got plenty of music, though.
The album with Sonny, that's him. It's him rapping?
Yeah, it's with Sonny rapping.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's going to be fun because it's almost a challenge. A producer producing a producer, that's a challenge. So it's like, I don't know how that's going to go. But like I told y'all, everything is a season. So me producing Sonny, I bet something good come up out of there, man. Like, I might be the greatest producer in the world after that because he's dope. That nigga's just stupid dope. So
I'm trying to hear some more noise from Sonny, man.
And Sonny is an artist now. He ain't worried about that producing stuff. Like, he's an artist. He don't figure out what he want to do, and it's going well for him. He getting shows and stuff. So I'm proud of Sonny Digital. I love you too, boy. That's my boy.
And you be writing too?
Sonny. Do I write? No. Do I help with melodies? Yes. That's how me and Party Next Door came real close. He would let me help him with melodies and stuff like that.
Okay.
So how does that look? You go in the booth and kind of just lay out a little mumbling?
I just lay it out, and then Holmes would tell me to get out the room, and he'll write it out. And he'll switch it, of course, because he's a genius at that. That's what he does. And he'll write it out, and it'd be something totally different. So, like, that was just something creative. But I learned all that coming up from under the old producers, Brian, Michael Cox, Jazzy Faith. I watched all these cats growing up. So literally in the studio with them. My manager was their managers at the time, so I had a chance to experience a lot of stuff while I really got into it.
D Sims just walked in the building, man. What's good, bro?
Superstar engineer.
What's good? What's good?
You good? My boy.
Like that jacket, family. Yeah. So one thing I wanted to ask you, man, did you get a chance to read the Gucci Mane book?
No.
You didn't?
Okay. I don't watch TV or read books.
Never read a single book?
No. Since high school and college, no. Since I stopped playing music. I used to read a whole bunch of music books, but no. I ain't got time to read. Shoot. All we trying to do is make music and money. And there's so many young cats coming up. I don't even see how anybody can have time to do nothing. But if you're a producer, shoot, you better just be sitting at home all day. Because this shit coming. It's new cats every day. Every time I turn around, it's a new joke I ain't never heard of.
How do you feel about it? You feel it's going to be too oversaturated soon? Or?
Yeah, but it's music. It was oversaturated when we was growing up. They just didn't have an outlet. So it's just music. It's going to, I feel like I always say, the good going to stay around, and the one-hit wonders, they'll come and go.
Yeah.
Eventually it's going to change, though, labels, because I don't feel like labels making the money that they putting into the artist, so I feel like eventually it's going to change and go back to the way it was.
We're in like a testing experimental period with the labels and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You heard about that story. They got, I didn't know this until it came up. You know, Spotify just went public last week, right? And so, like, a lot of the major labels had stock. Or not stock, I mean, because they didn't have the stock to the public. They had equity in Spotify, right? So they're talking about how when they sell those stocks, you know, the artists and the producers and the writers are going to get pieces of that. And I'm sure you know, that would affect you. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be glad when they do it then. I sure be glad when they do it, because with Spotify, this is what these people doing, man. Spotify, what is it called?
Title.
String Cut. Is it String?
Oh, String Cut, where they go get your money for you?
Yeah, String Cut, Foundation, it's a whole bunch of Empire. What they doing is they the ones who streaming, but now they starting labels. So they finna all this Universal stuff, unless they tag team together, and they finna cut a lot of this stuff out. And I just realized that just working with the newer cats, that's why I keep working with new cats.
Yeah.
You learn something different. Me working with like Young Bands and Miss Mulatto and T Hood, I'm learning like, dang, y'all getting money from this? Like, you ain't got to be signed no more to get no money. Like, the distribution companies giving you money to put out an album, 80 grand, 190 grand, 200,000. So it's like, hold on, I'm finna do this. The hell with signing with a major label. I'll do that later, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
So that's the new thing, man.
Distribution.
Them youngins, I'm telling y'all, don't be giving y'all music away for free. They paying for this stuff. Even to the people that they ain't never been heard of, they paying these people for this stuff. Because it's streaming and they making money off of it. No cap.
We have that one moment every podcast where you got to stop and rewind, because that was game right there. I'm talking about, I ain't know that.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Ask them. When they come in here, ask them. That's why these jokers got on jury and stuff. And it's real. They making money off this stuff, man.
So as an artist, though, that company is willing to give you a check, and then so is that how the producer gets paid with that budget, or and then your royalties?
Of course, unless they cool with you, they ain't paying no producers. But that's why producers got to be smart to learn to put their own projects out. So if I do a project with T Hood, it's gonna say Cassius Jay and T Hood. So when we go take that to that distribution, we splitting that down the middle.
That's facts.
Same thing with Pee Wee, same with anybody I do it with. That's why I do it though, to make a couple of extra, you know what I'm saying, some money. And I didn't know that until I found out. Like, dang, y'all paid Dog for what? Y'all paid Migos who? Y'all, like, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Until they start. Of course, I build relationships with everybody, so I started building relationships with the big dogs.
Yeah.
Empire with Gazi. I'm Gazi right hand man, so it's like, oh yeah, we pay for this. Oh, for real? I didn't know that. So then I hit that artist up like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? What's up with that bread? You know, you got to know the game. You got to know it. You got to understand it. And I understand it.
I got a lot of respect for Cassius Jay right now for spilling that sauce. Because that's a lot of game right there. Like, I hope y'all paying attention.
It's priceless game.
Yeah, man.
There's some money out there.
So shouts out to The Spill, man. The Producergrind Spotify playlist, man. I was listening to the joint, the Spacejam Bow joint, New Money. That's the joint you did, man. I'm fucking with that heavy, man. I really like that joint.
See, that's another Nonstop beat. That's not even me. That's another Nonstop situation. They just put it out. That's what, what's the name on it, right? NBA Youngboy. Yeah, that's a Nonstop beat. That's another situation where they didn't call. I was passing out the beats.
Oh, man.
That beat got caught up. And they, like I said, that's just the way this shit go. They don't ask no more, man. So that's why I keep telling people, if you do something with somebody, put your tag on your beat, man.
Oh, man.
And then to find out, the nigga manager, Spacejam Bo, knows Nonstop. So it's like, damn. Because they kept asking who, because it was an 808 tag. That's what it was. It was an 808 Mafia tag. I think
it's on there. Yeah.
Yeah, so they kept saying, who was the 808 Mafia dude? So in their mind, they assuming it's DY. They assuming it's Southside. They assuming it's TM. I'm like, nah, it's neither one of them. It's Nonstop. But by that time, they already had to release it. So that's another one of them situations. And I didn't, I don't even really listen to Spacejam like that. So I didn't even catch it.
Yeah.
I still I'm just not finding out all this shit.
You really making that many beats?
Yeah.
It's that many beats passing through your hands. How many beats a day you make?
10. Because there's a whole nother way to make beats that I ain't gonna never tell nobody, but yeah, 10.
10, that's it.
I will share it though. I just say this. If you make a beat and the tempo is 145 and you do a hi-hat pattern, of course, these beats that you probably don't got mixed or you don't collab with somebody. If the pattern, and this how it's going to, man, I hate to say this, because I know a lot of people finna do it. But let's say if I did a beat with Nonstop, and I say, hey, Nonstop, give me the sessions to them beats so I can add to it. Once you give me your set, your sounds, I got them now. So if that beat was made in 150 to about 148, I can adjust it where it's not going to make a difference. So the way a lot of people is making the beats, this is what I'm telling you why I'm glad I went through that with him, because I learned something watching him do it.
Yeah.
Watching Metro do it, watching a lot of people do it. I ain't going to call a lot of people names, but if I take a hi-hat that's 150, and a lot of these niggas got these hi-hats that's going all that shit. A lot of people can't do that with their softwares. And then it's just a certain feeling. You can't even mimic that shit. So if I take that hi-hat, take that snare, all that shit that was under 150 and put it in there, all right, now the drum's halfway done. All I got to do is put an 808 on it in the melody. Now, with Splice or whatever it's called, freeroyalties.com, whatever, freesampleroyalties.com, you go get one melody, put that bitch on there, put it through gross beat, halftime, whatever, put reverb on it. You got a whole beat. All you got to do is do an 808 and add 2-3 sounds, and there go your beat.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm making 10 beats a day. I'm a musician, first of all, and I'm smart.
Yeah.
So I know I can't just take your beat and put it in my shit. So I'm going to take a melody that I don't heard, I'll splice. I don't want to use your shit because you ain't coming back get my ass. But I'm going to play it and invert it, add something different because I'm a musician. Lay that bitch down. I put my own samples through Gross Beats or Halftime, make it sound different, put reverb on it, all these other shits. And I go to beat. Shit.
There you go.
It ain't no science to it no more. This is trap music. It ain't no science to it no more.
That's the sauce. Don't overthink it. And I tell people this all the time too. It's like, you know, and it's funny because people talk about you and Zaytoven's particular style because y'all play the keys, right? Mm-hmm. Do you sample?
No, I just told you I don't sample. I just told you I can listen to it and replay it and make it my own way.
Yeah.
I can hear one song and I promise you I can hear 10 different ways. That's just coming from being a musician.
Yeah.
I can play one song 10 different ways.
Well, even some of those melodies you get, you don't chop none of them up or nothing like that?
I always play everything from top to bottom.
So when you got it like that, you got people that can play the keys, you got people that can sample, right? Mm-hmm. So when you can make the beat that fast, right, does it ever get boring?
It can't get boring because have you ever seen $1 million before?
Fair enough.
Once you see $1 million, that shit ain't gonna never, and you gonna spend it. This is the thing, you gonna get that million, you gonna spend it. You gonna get down to about 5, 4, 3, and you gonna be trying to figure out, God damn, I can't do what I used to do no more. So then you gonna goddamn fall back in love with whatever it was to help you make that million. You gonna fall back in love, especially with me, because I'm not a street nigga. I didn't sell drugs, I ain't rob, I ain't do nothing. All I did was came from the church making $500 a Sunday to whatever now I'm worth. Shit. So it's like, that's what made me who I am, producer. So I never fall out of love with it. Like I never get bored with it either. And if I do get bored with it, that's when I said this on Instagram the other day, I started listening to gospel music. And I started praying, hey, God, give me that same hunger I had in 2015. I need that right now. And he gonna give it to you. So it just, you gotta love this shit.
Yeah.
When you make some money out of something, you gonna love it.
How could you stay ahead of the game and stay hungry before you even lose it?
Shit, go to the gym, work out, and put your playlist on SoundCloud and listen to all these new young cats that's coming out that's 15, 16 years old. And you better start making beats like them, because I promise you that's the sound. You notice all this, Migos sound is changing. Like a lot of the shit still, Zaytoven sound is the sound. So figure out how to make Zaytoven sound 2020 and you win it right now.
So who are 3 artists, 3 rappers that you say the sound is going towards?
Right now.
Young rappers.
Uzi.
Yeah.
Young. What's his name? Lil Pump.
Mm-hmm.
They loving his sound. And let's see who else I would say that's young, that people rocking with. I say, he not young though, but he always got some good beats. I say listen to Rich the Kid too. Rich the Kid, he's a little older, but they love his sound. All them backpack rappers, that's the sound. All them.
What about like
Tokyo,
the Smoke Perks, Trippie Redd?
That's what I'm saying. Those are the people you should be listening to. Don't go listen to no Gucci, man. Not talk about them or no G's and all that, because that sound ain't coming back no time soon. That sound is dead. Because these young cats making the beats now, and they can't play the instruments. They can only play 1 or 2 chords. So
and they don't even know those old Jeezy songs that we love and shit.
Right. They don't even. That man, listen. My homie told me he didn't even know who Youngboy was.
Damn.
I was like, what? Like he was like, I don't even know who that is. I was like, whoa.
Fair though.
Yeah.
So that's what made me go listen to these young cats like little bands, and there's a whole bunch of them. That's Uno the Activist. That's what makes me stick with them. Young Gunna and all that. I was with Gunna before he took off. It's like, cause that's the sound. Gunna got a good way too. So I listen to Gunna if I was y'all too.
Got to stay around young cats. That'll keep you in the loop.
And that's what's gonna get you your money. You know, creating your own artists, creating these young kids. That's where the money gonna come from. But chasing these artists, you ain't finna make no money.
You expect to be going back on tour this year?
Never. It's all about Cassius Jay this year.
Yeah.
It ain't about nobody else. I promise you that. I'm finna get everybody run for their money. I'm making, no lie, put this tag, this underline, I'm finna goddamn make it hard for everybody. I promise you that. I'm on a mission.
Is the sound gonna be different?
It's gonna be different and it's gonna be fun, because it ain't gonna, I told you, I've been around too many people, so I don't learn so much that I ain't making the same type beats no more. I'm not finna be put in that category. So it's gonna be trap music, just gonna be a different form of trap music. It's gonna be the same 808 snares and all that, but the melodies, I'm gonna make it where it's fun. You know?
So you say you learned something from every situation you're in. I saw y'all out in Europe last year. You was working with those guys. What did you learn from kind of being over there and how they make music?
They're ahead of us. They 10 years ahead of us. No lie. That's why Drake just did that song. What's that cat name? Drake just did a song from a guy over there. I forget the song. Damn. He just did a song and the song going crazy. When I was in London, they were just playing like everything they was playing sounded like our music, but cleaner.
Okay.
It was just clean. So it's like
a cleaner trap sound?
A cleaner trap sound, but it was still trap.
Yeah.
Like they didn't try to make it EDM in there. It was same drums we use it was just clean.
Yeah.
So that I brought that back ASAP. And I ended up getting a placement with two of the guys. I can't think of their names right now. I just found out today that I got 2 placements on their album. And they sell just like we sell over here.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going back. I'm going back this month.
So just strictly from a sonic perspective, and that's crazy because people say like, literally for it to be trap music, it's still gotta have that like kind of that sonic grit to it, right?
Man, I don't heard it. It ain't got the trap music. As long as you got them drums hitting and got that bounce, the melodies is whatever you make it, man.
Yeah.
It's not a rocket science to it. Like, it ain't hard at all. A little kid could do it. It's just you gotta have the right sounds, the right plugins, the right kits, the right EQs. It's just, that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Matching your sounds. But making the music is very easy. It's gonna get easier and easier as long as they keep putting out Fruity Loops.
Is there any other music besides rap and hip hop that you see on the rise that you listen to?
No. Rap, hip hop is the new pop. So no, I don't see it.
But what about like, there's gotta be something forming that's gonna be big in 5-10 years.
R&B finna come back around and I don't see it coming. I can't see it right now because I don't see the youngins doing it. You got to look at the young people. You can't look at what we doing now saying it's going to be hot 10 years from now. No, you got to look at what these young kids doing. They're not using guitars and they're not using bands and they're not making R&B songs. So no, it's going to be trap music. They're just going to figure out another way to do it. And
different variation, right?
That's their music. Just like back in the 90s, ours was to the window, and that lasted for 10 whole years.
Yeah.
And it carried on to probably about 2000, no lie, about 2005. And that's when Gucci and T.I. and Jeezy and all them boys started changing the style and making trap music. Now, trap music, of course, 10 years, 15 years later, it's the shit. So now these younger kids finna make it something else. I'm telling you. It ain't going nowhere no time soon.
Dope. That's job security.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Shit, that's how I say stay goddamn rich on that nigga been doing this shit 18 years.
I peeped the whole DJ turn he took, man. That's bread right there, boy. Y'all all over the place with that.
Oh yeah. They try and get me to do this shit. I ain't worried about that. I don't want to be no DJ.
I mean, what you gotta do? Just run the machine?
I don't want to do nothing.
I mean, what does he do? Press a couple buttons?
But he got 1 million hits. So he could do that. All he doing is playing all his songs. He got 1 million of them.
You could do that too, sure.
Nah, I'm still building my catalog. That's what I told you, 2018. That's what I'm working on. That way I can. I'll do that next year.
Yeah.
But 2018, I'm trying to get number ones and a whole bunch of number ones. That's it. Period.
Head down, feet in the mud.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You ain't gonna see me at no strip clubs. You ain't finna see me out too much unless they pay me. I'm at the house. So if you're looking for me, you want beef, I'm at the house. Anybody looking for me, I'm at the house. Shit, give me a reason to shoot you, because that's how I can tell myself I'm at the house. No cap. I ain't doing all that moving around stuff no more, because it's sidetrack. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at rappers, man, look at these niggas. They be in the studio.
Yeah.
All day they go shopping, do their shows, flex their money and their jets, and they go back to the studio. Mm. So if you want to be them and you want to be successful like them, you got to do what they do. Period.
Yeah. Well, I always got respect for folks that, straight up, that always, make sure that, they being straight up, that will tell, everything that's included. I appreciate you coming up here to tell your side of the story. I think it was a learning moment for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's dope. I think one of my big takeaways is communicate. Right? Communicate and put your fucking tag on your beat.
Yeah. At the get-go, when you first meet a joker, and if he say, man, I like your style, let's be a team, tell him how you feel straight up. It ain't gonna do nothing. Either he gonna rock with you or not. If he'd have said that at the very beginning, I'd have rocked with him. Because all I would have did was make sure every beat I passed out, I did something to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I still would have rocked with him. I just would have made sure every beat I passed out, I don't care if it didn't need something, I'm finna add to it. But then, even with that, it still was petty. Like I said, it was learning experience. Because even with like the Land of the Freaks, even though I switched to 808, instead of splitting it, he still wanted to be petty and say, well, this is your percentage. You only get a small percentage because you only did this. So that's why I said, like you said, make sure you got to understand it. Point blank, period. I'd never do it again. Okay. Never. The only people you're going to see me collab with is Zaytoven, London and Weezy, and ATL Jacob. You'll never see me work with another joke again. And C-Note. They're my peoples. Because I don't like mess. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was messy. Like, we boys, it shouldn't even got online, so.
Oh, shit, we ain't collabing no more, Cassius?
Hey, man, unless we got a very good understanding, no. No cap, because it just, I don't like mess. Like, I don't like that. I don't even never want to even talk about this again, so hopefully it's over with. Because people be asking. I got a phone call 2 days ago, somebody asked about this from a label. And it was like, man, like, why is we still talking about this? Everybody got what they deserve, you know. Niggas got they just, as you heard him say, he got his publishing and shit. I made sure that I did that. When he had to fight, I made sure, hey, man, y'all take care and give him what he want. I don't want nothing. You don't want your commission, your management? No, I don't want nothing, man. Give him what he deserved. Because I knew it was a misunderstanding. I already knew that. So it is what it is.
That's as real as it gets. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you pulling up, man.
You did.
Happy birthday, Dylan.
You
appreciate it. But shit, appreciate everybody tuning into the Producer Grind Podcast. More episodes on the way. Peace.
K Factory Productions.